Carnage has been unleashed. But does the new Marvel Legends Deluxe figure capture the monster within? This isn't just Venom with a splash of red. Carnage is something darker and far more unhinged. So let's see if this figure can do justice to Marvel's most twisted symbiote. Back to the packaging really quick first. Carnage comes in the standard black Marvel Legends box. Nothing too special, but it does include some art from the movie on the side and back. It's weird that it has taken so long to get figures from the Venom movies, but I'm glad that it still came nonetheless. Once having Carnage out of the package though, I quickly learned that he could not stand on his own. I will get into why a bit later on, but for now, here is another round on the spinner so that you can see him mostly in full. I'm using a McFarlane DC Multiverse flight stand to prop him up. Now with Carnage off the spinner, I'm going to give you guys a good close, slow up and down look at both the front and the back. Carnage is a big boy and much larger than the average figure, so he has a good amount of sculpt detail, where smaller figures may not quite have the room for. While there is a black wash over most of the front to simulate Carnage's darker colors, it's a bit lacking on the backside. I can be forgiving of it on the upper back where these plugs are for the tentacles. More on those later. But the rest of the body definitely could have used more of it on the back. Now, let's get an even closer look at the face sculpt. While there's definitely some good sculpt details here, I do wish there was a little bit more of the black wash on the top of his head, too, just to help it pop a bit better. Since I'm here, I'll just swap head sculpt options now to get a close look at it, too. I definitely like this one better. Anytime Venom or Carnage are involved, I definitely want to see some tongue action. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. Alright, now I'm going to showcase some still images, focusing on the figure to give you an even better opportunity to admire all the intricate details. It's clear that there's a well-developed muscle structure, specifically designed for the symbiotic sculpt. The figure's design definitely captures the essence of the character. As expected, given its red color, the figure somewhat resembles Lord Zed from Power Rangers. However, it's essential to note that the overall sculpt is genuinely detailed, encompassing an impressive range of features from all over the body, with the sole exception of where the plugs are situated, for the tentacle attachments. Now, upon looking at those feet and exploring the reason why they don't effectively assist Carnage in standing in a more appropriate manner, it's noticeable that they are constructed from a very soft plastic material. These are quite similar to the tentacles you'll come across shortly. Given his larger size, Carnage tends to be somewhat top-heavy, and the presence of these flexible rubber feet can lead to them bending and curving under the considerable pressure of his body weight. Throughout my attempts to experiment with various poses in order to find a balance for him, the fundamental reality of the matter is that no single attempt worked as intended. Whenever I managed to secure him in a stable position, he inevitably fell over. Before getting to the tentacles and other accessories, I will go through the articulation real quick. The neck gets a good range of motion. The shoulders can hit the T-pose and get full rotation. The rest of the arm and wrist joints all work really well too. The upper torso is on a ball joint that also has a really good range of motion, but the waist just has an abdominal crunch. The hips get a decent range of motion front to back, as well as side to side. Say hi to my cat, Ambi. She wanted to see what I was doing. The thigh cut, double-jointed knee, and ankle pivot all work really well. I just wish those feet had not been so soft and rubbery. So, now we finally have the accessories. 3 tentacles for the back and 2 blade options to replace the hands. The right side still has the hand itself in the shape, but the left side is all blade, and no hand. These do look really cool, and are most definitely reminiscent of the Carnage character. The tentacles themselves are even more chaotic, with 2 of them each splitting into 2 separate extensions. They are totally wired in the centers too, so that you can pose them as you please. Now, I'll bring Venom himself in so you can see them side by side. This is not the most recent figure, but the one from a few years ago. It's kind of strange to me just how inconsistent these releases have been, as you can see. Carnage is quite a bit taller than Venom, about a head taller, actually. Even more so when compared to Spider-Man. For Spidey, I'm using the Andrew Garfield figure from the No Way Home wave. So yeah, compared to the average Marvel Legend figure, Carnage is quite massive. So with all of that said, in just a moment, we will find out what my final thoughts are on this Marvel Legends Carnage action figure by using my guidelines for a complete and fair review. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome to Civilian Collectibles. My name is Seville, and I am thrilled to share with you my passion for action figures, as well as other collectibles, primarily inspired by my favorite movies, TV shows, and video games. You will find that my ever-expanding collection features iconic superheroes, legendary science fiction characters, and skilled wrestlers, spanning a wide range of genres and franchises. However, I do occasionally incorporate characters from my all-time favorite DC comic stories. If you find this video entertaining or you have found some helpful insights, please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from me. Seriously, I really do appreciate all of the support so far. Back to my guidelines though. Carnage is most definitely a brand new unique sculpt that is highly detailed and incredibly accurate to this interpretation of the character. It does have good proportions, but the articulation is not quite where I'd like it to be, and of course, due to the soft rubbery feel, it does not balance very well at all. The package does include plenty of accessories, the price point is fair, and I was able to find it in my local Target store, thus leading my final score to be a 7 out of 10 rating, meaning it is pretty amazing and worth owning for all fans of the character. Therefore, if you're a fan of the Venom movies, or really even just a general fan of the Carnage character from other forms of media like the comics, cartoons, or video games, I absolutely do recommend adding this Marvel Legends Carnage figure to your collection. Disclaimer: I utilize an AI voice clone to significantly enhance and deliver a consistent and clear experience, despite the occasional challenges I might face while speaking. I absolutely enjoy sharing my enthusiasm for collectibles with you all, but it's essential to recognize that there can be some slight speech difficulties, particularly after an exhausting day at work as a sales professional. These difficulties can sometimes hinder my ability to maintain the required energy and focus while creating new videos, which is why I rely on my AI voice clone to assist me in carrying out this responsibility. By doing so, I can ensure that I continue to provide you, my valued viewers, the steady supply of engaging content to enjoy. So, after considering all of that, I'm going to wrap it up by giving a quick shout out to the awesome people who helped make this channel possible. Be sure to check out their socials and hit up the description for more ways to keep up with me on all my different platforms. Alright, catch you guys on the next video.